Hello everyone and welcome back to the Steemtrail Gaming Podcast. First time for the 12th of November 2017. My name is Kralizec and I will be one of your hosts today. The second host with me here is Tygergamer.
Hello.
Hey,
Welcome.
Hey Tiger, how are you, man?
Great about you.
I'm doing pretty well, though I don't like the darkness here because, you know, it's day for you, right?
Yeah, it is.
For
But it's
me,
cloudy outside.
For me, it's 9 p.m. and it's pitch dark. It's been pitch dark like since 4 p.m. and I don't like it.
Wow.
This is one of the things for which I don't like the winter. But you people aren't here to listen to talk about seasons and darkness and light. You're here to listen to talk about games. So let's go straight into that talk. So Tiger, what interesting games have you been playing this week?
Well, first off, I've been playing some Doom on the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, so Doom was actually the first game I played on my computer when I bought it, even before I started to stream. Oh, cool.
Yep.
I have it with you there. So how does it play?
It plays awesome. It's fairly in issues, and I think for me, I know people said they talked about blurry visuals.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me it helps that I did not play it when it first came out on PS4. So
I don't know, man. That's one of the features I always switch off. When I go into the settings, I just switch off motion blur. I just don't like it.
yeah. Well, people have talked about how, because for the Switch they had to compress the textures,
Mm-hmm.
in order to make it fit on the Switch, and a lot of people that played the original Doom on PS4 or PC,
Mm-hmm.
they say that the textures on the Switch are sometimes blurry.
You know what? That's one of the things. I think that just comes up with the fact that it's essentially a mobile console. Like the amount of power it has is fairly limited, and the fact that sometimes you will get textures that aren't as good quality as you might be used to from PC or even consoles for that matter. Just it's something you have to be okay with.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
me
talk.
me personally, I don't have a problem with it. Me personally, I prefer gameplay over graphics.
Yeah,
And so far,
me too, definitely. And a lot of people I remember let's talk about an old game like Skyrim.
yeah.
There are so many texture mods for it on PC that I think I even saw an 8K texture mod for Skyrim.
Dang.
Though, if you really do those things and you put mods that enhance the lighting and these things, Skyrim can be a resource hog even these days. Even though it's like 7 years old these days, maybe even more.
Actually 6, because it came out. Actually came out 6 years ago yesterday.
Oh, okay. I'm not good with numbers. But even after 6 years, it can be a big resource hog if you put 8K textures in there and improve lighting tools and shadows that are improved. If you do everything, just the game it could lag on my system. Probably it could lag even on a $4,000-$5,000 system.
Yeah, and speaking of Skyrim, that game is also supposed to be coming to Switch this Friday.
Yeah,
and I'm going to give that a try too.
I can't play Skyrim anymore. I always end up as an archer. But what I wanted to say is I remember installing one of these 4K mods to my PC version of the game. And then I went to my notebook because my notebook, it's a crappy notebook for $800.
Yeah.
And the textures seem blurry there to me after I got used to the 4K textures.
Yeah.
So it's exactly the same thing with the Doom. if you play it on a PC and you have everything set to ultra and you still get 400 FPS because your machine could probably compute the way to get to Mars.
Yeah.
Then you shouldn't be surprised that a little essentially tablet is getting worse graphics.
Yeah. But still though, the game plays great on the Switch. Which which is great, you know.
Have you played it on the PS4, right?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay. Because I was like wondering how well it handles compared to a regular controller. Or do you use it on a Pro controller?
Actually, I both played it and handheld with the Joy-Cons and also played with the Pro controller.
And is it significantly better with the Pro controller?
Actually, I couldn't tell the difference.
No. Okay. Because for me, playing shooters on a controller just seems ridiculous. You know, I have a mouse, and the mouse is just so much better for this. Why would I use a controller?
I would say I have the opposite opinion. I prefer controller over mouse and keyboard.
Like, I understand, like, but for shooters and RTS games, I would almost always use a mouse and keyboard combo.
Yeah, now RTS games, I understand that, but you know, for like any other game, controller all the way.
Now, my personal problem, but I understand that is more of a problem of not being experienced enough with it, is the fact that I, for the love of God, cannot control the camera with a controller. And, you know, just those little subtle movements, like moving 1 pixel, is much easier on a mouse, in my opinion. But, yeah, it's just a matter of what do you like more.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's the same exact game. There aren't any features cut, right?
The only feature that has been cut is the snap map feature.
Ah, okay. But that's okay, I guess. And does it have multiplayer?
Yes, it does.
Oh, cool. Have you tried that out?
Not yet. I'm not a big multiplayer guy, so.
Yeah, I understand that. But anyways, I personally have been trying a really interesting game this week. I spent like at least 30 hours in it, actually.
Wow.
And that's an insane number for me, you know, because I usually play like 5 hours of a game and then just write a review and I'm done with it. But I've been really enjoying this one, even though I do see quite a lot of issues, but it's been really fun. The game is called Hand of Fate 2. And it's such a weird mashup of different genres. So, for one thing, it's a collectible card game.
Yeah, yep.
Secondly, I would describe it as single-player Dungeons and Dragons. Third part is an action RPG. And the fourth part is like a roguelite.
Yeah.
And you take these 4 genres together and you get Hand of Fate. Well, for one thing, it's the second installment in the series, obviously, because it's 2. I haven't played the first one.
Yeah, I haven't either. I meant to play that back when it first came out on PS4, but I never got the chance.
I remember watching a review of it, but yeah, it's been a long time. I don't remember. I like knew what the concept of the game was, but I didn't remember like what people complained about. The only thing I really remembered was that they said the combat is very simplistic.
Yeah.
And the same can still be said here. The game only has 8 abilities in it, and that's all you get when you go into the combat. But it has a great variety of enemies. That helps a lot because each enemy has a different attack. Well, except for the very basic types which always just run at you and try to smash you, you know.
Yeah.
But there are enemies that throws bombs at you. There are enemies who will essentially trap you in one place. There are bosses. The bosses are, for the most part, great looking. Like, the design on them is really great. But but still the combat gets repetitive pretty quick. Because it's essentially just attack, 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 block, attack, 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 block, attack, attack, block, attack, block. Use your finisher ability because you attacked enough times without getting hit.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what the action part of the game is. But the rest of the game is what's actually been keeping me interested. So the single player Dungeons and Dragons and card game are tied in so very well, and it's pretty much done that there are 22 campaigns in the game, and each campaign has its unique cards that you draw, and they are placed as encounters. So when you step on them, you have to do whatever the card is. It can be anything from this little action mini game, essentially. It can be just a little bit of story exposition. It can be a trade post. It can be just a piece of equipment that you find, like lying in a cave if you pass a skill test. And on top of that, you can add cards to the campaign. So you have your own deck of cards, and each campaign has some number of open slots to which you add the cards you want to see in that campaign. So you can, if you want to, you can add different weapons that you prefer to use. You can add different kinds of equipment that you can find throughout the encounters. And you can even add different encounters. So for example, I love to add lots of trading posts, so I know I can like go in, because you know you gather gold throughout the game.
Yeah.
When I gather it, I can buy healing potions and food for it. Because otherwise I might not be able to do that. And on top of that, you almost always get a companion with you, which you also choose as a card. And the more campaigns you beat, the more cards you get, and the more variability is there. I really think there's at least 400 cards that you can choose from. And like the amount is pretty insane.
Okay.
And so you're playing half of a dungeon master and the player at the same time.
Wow.
And that concept is just amazingly fun to do. My only problem with this part of the game, where you're not fighting, is there's a lot of RNG involved. Like almost too much. I don't really mind RNG in my game, so the first part that's RNG is just the fact in which order cards get drawn, so which encounters will be placed where. And that's a part I can live with. That's just inherent to the cards.
Yeah.
Secondly, there's this spinny wheel, which you stop, and you have to stop it either on a success or the failure card, if obviously you're going for the success cards. That's like half skill, because you select when it stops. Then there's dice, which is almost purely luck, because you know you just throw dice and you hope you get a high enough number to beat the skill test. But you can always re-roll one of the die. So that's okay. But then there's the third part that's RNG, and you just get 4 cards. It's usually 2 of them are success, 2 of them are failure, though it can be 1 success and 3 failure, or 1 failure and 3 success. And you just randomly pick one and you hope to get a success. There's no skill involved in there at all. And that was the part of the game I was like always pissed, because you know, I'm just blindly clicking a card, and yeah, I wish there was some sort of skill test added to that as well. For example, my idea was, you know, the shells game, where there are 3 shells and there's a ball under one of them?
Yeah.
Make it that. And if you want to make it harder, make the cards move faster. And solution. It just seems so obvious to me. I'm surprised it's not there.
Yeah, really.
And one more issue with the game itself, in the action part, is the camera. It's static and sometimes really ridiculously stupid. So if you're used to like being able to move your camera, you know, to like swivel it around so you can see what's going on, this isn't happening here. You just get a static view, and that's it. But once you get used to it, it's not that bad. Like, I'm having great fun with the game, and it's definitely worth its money, even though it costs almost $30. That's not really cheap for this sort of game. Though I suspect it will sell fairly well, because I actually looked up the Steam Spy numbers for the first game. Just on Steam, it sold 700,000 copies.
Wow.
And that's really good for what at that time was an indie game. Right now it could be considered a AA game.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty much all I have to say about Hand of Fate 2. If you wanted to try the first one but never got to it, you may want to try the second one when it comes to PS.
Yeah. Actually, I just checked. It's also on PS4 now as well.
Oh.
So I might give it a try myself.
I do recommend it. Also, I should have a review of it up on Monday. I got the gameplay part of the review done. I just need to write down the graphics, music, and performance. And, you know, the conclusion. So I'm hoping to get that done tomorrow and have it released by evening my time.
Okay.
So if you might want to wait for the review so you know what you're heading into.
Actually, I remember watching a review of the first game, so I got a pretty good idea of what to expect.
Yeah, like as I understand, it's pretty much the same game, just with improvements. So
yeah.
Good. Okay, what else have you been playing other from Doom?
I played through Sonic Forces.
Oh, so you played more Sonic?
Yeah. So it ain't no Sonic Mania, but it's not no Sonic Boom either.
So it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's not bad either. It's average.
Average. What's the price on it?
$40.
That's a lot for an average game, to be honest.
Yeah, really. But
which parts do you think make it feel less good compared to Sonic Mania?
For one thing, like in this game, there are like 3 play styles. You got the modern Sonic levels. You got your original character levels where you can like go and make your own original avatar in the game.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty cool, but I think in the third is classic Sonic.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, like Sonic Force is actually a tie-in to Sonic Mania.
In what way?
So, like at the end of Sonic Mania, the Sonic in that game gets sucked into another dimension, which is the modern Sonic's dimension.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, but in a way though, I kind of think that Classic Sonic was kind of just an afterthought. It was shoehorned into the game to make it so it would appeal to people's nostalgia. In all honesty, the game could have done a lot better without him there.
Okay, so if it was without the classic Sonic,
yeah, and also
would you say it was an average, but it was good?
Yeah, it was good, but also not just the classic, but also with like the 2D sections of the other characters, like Martin Sonic, your OC character.
Okay.
The physics in those levels, they're not good physics at all. Like I'll do a jump and I'll have enough momentum to go across the gap, but as soon as I push the jump button, he just like skids across the ground and just falls to his death.
So the physics are bad.
Yeah. Like sometimes it'll be too short for a jump, or you'll over jump and miss the platform altogether.
Yeah, I can see why that sucks. Where it sucks.
Yes.
What do you say if the price was dropped? Then it would be worth?
Yes. Yeah. If you're a Sonic fan, But you're too a little concerned on the price. Wait for it to go on sale or something, because I mean, like I said, it's not a bad selling game, but
$40 is a lot.
yeah, and not to mention, it took me only 4 hours to get through the main story.
Oh, 4 hours, and how much story is there, like, other than the main story?
Not that much.
So let's say 6 hours in total.
Yeah, maybe so.
Oh man, then I would probably wait for like a huge ass sale.
Yeah, really.
Maybe like
And
wait until it's $15 or less.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
just be a jerk and pirate it, but no,
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah. I actually beat the game in one sitting. Yeah, I was like, eh.
You know, I'm actually gonna guess that they're trying to cash in on the success of Sonic Mania.
Yeah. Could be.
Okay, another game I played this week is called Battlerite. Yeah, it's a free-to-play arena brawler. So since it's free-to-play, let's get just the first thing off the bat. Just go try it. If you like it, keep it. If you don't.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
And like, imagine if you had a MOBA game, and you took out the laning phases, took out gathering experience, and you just straight up went for team fights.
Yeah.
That's Battlerite. There's a decent selection of characters, all with pretty unique abilities. Like, they even have abilities with modifiers, and that's not something you see very often. So you have your basic ability, I don't know, on your Q, that like protects you with a shield. But if you push shift, then it's a targeted shield. So you can give the shield to your allies. And yeah, I think it's pretty good, and I might actually try to play a bit more of it, get decent at it, and maybe even stream it. But I know I'm bad at these games. I'm not good with predicting what other people will do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's types of games you need to have communication with your teammates.
Yeah. I have one friend on Steam that I see playing it pretty often. I'm thinking about asking him if he wants to play with me. But I'm afraid that he's so much better than me, then he will be like, dude, I can't play with you. It's literally the problem I have with my friends when playing Rocket League. So they're like,
yeah.
Oh, I just bought Rocket League. Would you like to play with me? I'm like, I will play with you, but not in competitive. And you're like, why? Because I'm better than you? And they're like, oh man, now you're being just a trick. But I'm like, no, I've just played the game for 2 years, and I know I'm semi-decent.
Yeah.
You just started. Yeah. You don't hit the ball half the time. I can hit it in the air.
Yeah. Yeah, Rocket League requires a lot of skill.
Yeah. There's only one person who I play with, and I still don't play competitive with her. It's my girlfriend. Because, for one thing, I'm very happy that we finally have a game we can play together.
Yeah.
And we're just playing for shits and giggles, you know? If I want to play competitive, she usually sits behind me, and she's like, how do you do that? I'm like, you push buttons. It takes experience. That's all. I don't know. Like, literally half the time, how did you hit that ball? I'm like, I don't know. I just did. I pushed buttons, and it did stuff. Yeah, so Battlerite, if you like arena brawlers, it's free to play. It looks decent. It has a very interesting community behind it. Just go try it out. Maybe you'll like it. Anything else other than Doom and Sonic Forces that you have played?
Also, I've been playing the new expansion for Horizon Zero Dawn called the Frozen Wilds.
Okay, how is it?
So far, I'm enjoying it. Got new machines and all that in there, and get to explore a new part of the world. So, which I loved. I love the main game of Horizon, but This just extra.
Yeah.
I say on the
How
cake.
much is it?
$15.
Oh, I think that's a decent price for essentially an expansion pack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if Sonic Forces was priced at $15, would you recommend it?
Yes, I would.
And
But
do you think the Frozen Wilds has more than 6 hours of gameplay in it?
yes, it does.
So the pricing of Sonic Forces is just dumb.
Yeah. But going back to Horizon, not to mention you have to have the full game to play the
Obviously.
DLC. So,
Yeah, but
my
people know that usually these days, that if you
yeah,
want to play a DLC, you have to have the full game.
yeah.
And I would guess you could probably get Horizon Zero Dawn cheaper than on the release right now, right?
I don't know, but I know next month they're coming out with the complete edition. So if you just wanna, if you don't have the game right now, but you
And
wanna check out the Frozen Wilds, wait for the complete edition to come out.
yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah. But also, one of the things I liked about Horizon Zero Dawn, like, you know, like how these days, most publishers, they're like, pre-order the game and get the season pass, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Well, in Horizon Zero Dawn, when the game first came out, they didn't have no season pass. They didn't have nothing planned.
Yeah, that's good. That's actually what it used to be in the old days.
Yeah.
The olden days of 5 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how fast the gaming market just evolving.
Yeah. But yeah. I love the first game. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I love the main game because of the mystery behind it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a mystery behind this expansion as well, which I can't wait to see how it turns out.
Well, I'm hoping it's good for
Yeah.
your
I
sake.
mean, shoot. In the main game, the mystery,
Watch out,
like
spoilers.
I know. I'm just gonna say this: all the revelations were mind blowing.
Ah,
And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, go back and watch on a Let's Play of the main game.
yeah. I didn't get to play Horizon Zero Dawn because PC.
Yeah, it's only on PS4.
It's one of the few games I was like, yeah, I wish this was on PC. Though,
Yeah,
I could play it if I bought the streaming service from PlayStation, but I will not pay $20 for that.
yeah, true. But yeah, the game is great.
Yeah,
Like
that's good to hear.
the setting. One of the first things I noticed when they first announced the game, the setting, I was like, whoa, I'm going to get this game.
Mm-hmm. That was like giant dinosaurs that are also robots. Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah,
That's pretty much the whole premise behind why I wanted it, because robot dinosaurs.
yeah,
What more can you want?
I would agree.
Okay, and I have one last game I've been playing this week. I've been playing a bit more of Attentat 1942. So for one thing, I have discovered I'm a shitty detective. I really don't know how to ask the proper questions. I have discovered that actually today, but I was recording another part of the Let's Play. And after 4 tries, I still couldn't get the correct information I needed. I just don't know which questions to ask.
Huh.
And I tried being, extremely polite. I tried being direct as fuck. None of it worked. I don't know. I just suck at that. But otherwise, it's very interesting. The historical data is awesome. The actors aren't that great, as I said previously, but they're people from that age, that they're actual people who lived through those events. They aren't actors; they're people.
Yeah.
I'm willing to cut them a bit of slack.
Yeah.
But still, if you're just looking to actually learn something through gaming, Tentat 1942 is a great choice. Okay, you got anything else you played this week?
Nope. How about you?
Me neither. And it seems it's time to go to the news section. So, let's start with PlayStation news. That's a bit old by this point. It's 6 days old, but, you know, that's what happens when you have a weekly podcast.
Yeah.
So, PlayStation trophies now earn discounts on the PlayStation Store. So, I will let you take this one. You're a PlayStation player.
You know what's funny? I actually thought about this like way back in the, I think it was like 7th or 8th grade. I was like, why they should have done this years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like the most obvious thing to do ever.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's awesome. But I also know that there's like controversy behind not being able to use your previous earned trophies.
Yeah.
Because if that was the case, there'd be a huge discount for a lot of people on the store, including me.
Yeah. I talked about this bit of news on the Daily News already. And first of all, this wasn't mentioned at all. And the second day was like, controversy, you cannot use your old trophies. I was like, how the fuck is this a controversy?
Yeah, really.
Who in the world actually thought you will be able to use your old trophies?
Yes.
Like, even casual players would probably have at least $30, $40 set up in trophies.
Yes.
And there would certainly be people who would be like, I have $800 in trophies.
Yeah, I mean, like me, I have like 5,100 trophies. Mm-hmm. 6 of them are platinums.
Oh, so yeah, the platinum trophies, they said they will essentially reward like 1,000 points.
Yeah.
And
something like that.
Just the platinum trophies would give you a free game.
Yes.
And you can bet there are people who have like 80 platinum trophies and like 200 gold trophies and a bazillion of the rest.
Yeah.
And now, it was so obvious you cannot use the old ones.
Yeah.
The only thing PlayStation should have done here is to say, so you will be able to do that after that point, and we will be remaining the trophies to something else. Because then this problem would be like gone. So people would be like, so you're going to get to keep your old trophies, and from that point on you will be collecting treasure.
Yeah. But also, here's another thing too. Like, let's say you've already platinum a bunch of games.
Mm-hmm.
I think I gotta go back and look on this, but I believe a year ago they added a new feature to the PS4 where you can literally go in and delete your trophies.
Okay. Why?
So if you wanted to, if you had the time and you actually wanted to get a free game, just go back, delete all those trophies from a certain game, re-platinum it. There you go.
Yeah, that's certainly an option, but I think that's like a super grindy way to get games.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, look at people in World of Warcraft. They're grinding gold to buy tokens so they don't have to pay for the time. You know, they literally, it's a $15 token, and you can probably earn $15 in an hour on average working a job.
Yep.
And they spent like 20 hours in game, so they don't have to pay those $15.
Huh.
So people are dumb, and I'm certain people would do this, and will probably do it if it's possible.
Yeah. Yep. And if you are one of those people, I'll give you a quick no. I'll give you an easy platinum recommendation. Horizon Zero Dawn. That's an easy platinum. I platinumed that game like in 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks of how much playtime each day?
I'd say around 40 hours.
So 40 hours, And if you're working for $15 an hour, that's $600. You could buy 10 games if you just worked.
Yeah.
Instead of getting a $10 discount.
Yeah. But also,
on the other hand, the system is good. Like, I like the system. But people who will be grinding the system just so they can get those discounts are dumb. Just work. You will get more money.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on to the next piece of news. This one is more PC oriented. It's not all the way through. It will actually affect future generations of consoles, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So Intel and AMD are partnering up to make new graphics card, essentially CPU graphics card combos. It's not an integrated graphics card for gaming, because that's what people initially thought it will be. And the CPU will still have an integrated graphics card from Intel, but on top of that, on the same die, you will get a dedicated graphics card.
Okay.
So this will not affect high-end gaming, not by any stretch of the imagination. But for mainstream users, it means the computers could get much smaller, because suddenly you don't need to have a special card just for graphics. So you can essentially just have a motherboard, CPU, and with the CPU comes also a GPU. Then you just have the RAM and the hard drive, and that's all you need. And the form factor didn't just become much smaller.
Yep.
And for the future, it means that, well, maybe we will get even more powerful graphics card. Like, I'm still not guessing it won't be the top tier of graphics card, because those usually require a lot of like power consumption, and they require a lot of their own memory. They require a lot of just cooling and these things.
Yeah.
But for even like middle tier, you will get that. On top of that, an employee from AMD has left them. I forgot to Google his name. Let me try to find his name. Switches to Intel. This isn't it. I want to search in the past few days. But in the meantime, while I'm searching this, for consoles, it means the thing that this is essentially the way consoles have it right now, and that's the reason almost all consoles are using AMD CPUs and graphics.
Yeah.
Because Intel doesn't have power for enough graphics. And oh god, I really cannot find that guy's name. It's like it disappeared off Google. Let's screw the guy's name. It's not really that important. But he was the lead designer of architecture of graphics card for AMD. So he designed the Polaris and the Vega graphics cards.
Huh.
And right now he's going to be working for Intel. So that means Intel is probably going into dedicated GPUs, or at least into this technology very heavily, because he wants to go back to console markets. To manufacturing hardware for consoles. Because consoles were essentially the only thing that has kept AMD, the graphics department, afloat. Because NVIDIA is... Well, it isn't right now. Right now they're pretty much equal. But for the past like 6 years, NVIDIA has been ahead of the curve all the time. They had releases earlier. They had better power consumption. They had better performance delivery. And they cost the same as a card that was usually equal in performance, but much worse in power delivery.
Yep. In fact, I got to go back and look on this, but the Switch is also powered by NVIDIA.
Oh no, the Switch is actually the only console powered by Nvidia. The rest of them are by AMD.
Yeah.
But you know, that's Nvidia. That's still not Intel. So Intel has just been out of the game of consoles altogether. So right now it seems it will be the thing they have presented is pretty much an equivalent of a Radeon 570, which is a very mainstream graphics card. It's like $200 probably right now. So it's nothing like beastly, but it's decent. It will run most games at least medium and 1080p. And it's on the same die as the processor. And it's amazing the amount of space it saves, the amount of not healing, the amount of cooling it allows to save is incredible. And the thing that will benefit the most are notebooks. At least in the short future. Maybe in the long term it will benefit consoles as well. And if it does, that's still good for the PC. Because right now PC graphics are being heavily limited because, you know, the developers have to make them work on the consoles as well. Even though the PCs are much more powerful.
Yeah. Yep. I would agree. Even though consoles, like last generation, like each generation, consoles are becoming more and more like PCs.
Yeah, right now they're even running on the same instruction set.
Yeah.
x86. But okay, let's move on from this was a little bit of technical news, but it concerns gaming very heavily. But let's move back to pure gaming news. Let's talk about Fortnite. So I know you have been playing Fortnite. I have been playing Fortnite. Your brother has been playing Fortnite.
Yep, he's on top of the leaderboard on PS4.
But an additional 20 million players have been playing Fortnite.
Wow.
So good news there, and I have to back up my previous statements where I said I don't think Fortnite will do that well. It is doing that well. The Battle Royale has passed 800,000 concurrent players. But the only question is that purely on one system? I don't think so. I think it's on all systems combined.
Yes.
It's still not close to PUBG because PUBG has 1.2 million concurrent players on PC itself. And it will get even larger once it releases on Xbox. But still, good job, Fortnite. I'm hoping you get successful because you're a good game.
Yes. Yep.
And you're free to play.
Yep.
What more to say?
Yep.
Okay, next up, we have a bit of news you provided this week. So, it's about a group of people called Reality Gaming Group, which used cryptocurrencies to fund their gaming development. So,
yes,
I will leave
but also, the currency that they're using, it's actually going to be a currency that's going to be in the game as microtransactions, and there's been a lot of people giving us a lot of flack. But the way I see it, though, is like right now, microtransactions, you know, they only work one way. Where you buy the microtransactions, you go and spend on whatever in the game, and that money goes back to the developer.
Yeah.
Well, with the cryptocurrency side of things, you know, you buy the coin, but you don't go and buy anything. You just keep it and save it. That might go up in value, which then you can go and trade and make more money off of it yourself.
Yeah, hopefully it goes up in price. There's always the chance it will go down in price and you will lose money.
Yeah.
But that's the thing with cryptocurrencies. It's essentially stocks in this term.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing that should be mentioned, so they used a thing that's called an ICO, which can be compared to an IPO within the stock market. We just offer coins and people buy them. And they have made $3.5 million towards working on a game that's called Reality Clash, a mobile augmented reality multiplayer shooter. So pretty much Pokemon Go with guns.
Yeah.
You know, I'm very glad that it worked for them, but I'm sort of scared that the genre, and more specifically the fact that the game is an augmented reality, will make it not a success, thus scaring developers from using this tool to gain money. And if developers use the tool, it will scare people from buying into it, because I don't think this game will be a huge success.
Yeah. But just like with everything, you gotta have someone to do it first, you know?
Yeah, I just wish it was something of a more traditional game that would have a
yeah, I would agree.
better chance of being successful. Okay, do you want to say anything else about this? Because I don't really know what else to talk about unless we want to go into technical details of crypto. And I don't think that's a good idea.
No, it's not.
Because I don't think either of us knows enough about it.
Yeah.
Maybe if your dad was here. Then
maybe so.
But not at the moment.
But then this podcast would go on way much longer than what it's meant to.
Yeah, that's another thing. Okay, then let's switch to our silly news for the week. So there's a new South Park mobile game. It's called Phone Destroyer, and you know that little disclaimer that they have before each episode of the TV show is showed.
Yes.
So they have made a completely new one for the mobile game. Let me read it out loud. This game contains both in-app purchases and the option to watch ads for rewards. To disable the ability to make in-app purchases, adjust your device settings. In-app purchases cost real money and are charged to your account, and for those reasons, this game should not be played by anyone. So yeah, it's obviously the same thing, you know, like the show has profanities and stupid things, so it shouldn't be watched by anyone. This game shouldn't be played by anyone. I still haven't installed it into my phone, though I really want to, because I love South Park. South Park is awesome. And yeah, it's just a little bit of silliness, and I'm glad they fully embrace it.
Yeah.
Also, it's sort of a nod to the episode where they had Canada funding their health system through microtransactions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's a great nod to that. Yeah, South Park, how the hell are you still good after all those years? I will never know.
Yeah, really.
But you are.
Yeah, really. I would agree.
Like, whatever type of weed are Parker and the other guy smoking, I really want it, because it has to be some good shit.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, that's it for the silly news of this week, and let's go back to something more serious. This one will be pretty quick because we don't have much information about it, but it seems Microsoft's Xbox could be launching a streaming service. So it's not TV streaming, it's gaming streaming. It's pretty much the same thing as PlayStation has available right now.
Okay.
What Microsoft has said, they have been working actually on this since in 2012.
Wow.
And they had it working, but they said it was just too expensive to run.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fine. Yeah, talk.
Yeah, in all honesty, in terms of gaming, I can see the future is in cloud gaming. Considering, like with cloud gaming on PC, you don't need a powerful processor just to run the game. The game will be streamed to your PC.
You know, this can be a case for large cities where the internet is good.
Yeah.
But whenever you go to the countryside, or even
like,
a shitty
like
country,
Yep.
the ping will be ridiculous. It will be okay for single-player games, but if you want to play even Rocket League, it will be ridiculously slow.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where I see consoles going here maybe in the next decade or so.
I think if they will do that, they will actually lose a shit ton of money. Specifically because of losing those countryside people.
Yeah.
Because it means you cannot play multiplayer games. It might be okay for you, but most people want to play multiplayer.
Yeah.
And
But
unless we get like great internet everywhere, like literally
yeah.
everywhere, I don't think it's happening.
Nah.
Maybe like 3-4 generations from now.
Yeah, maybe so.
But that's like 20 years with current lifespans of consoles.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we don't really know much about it, so let's go on to another little piece. So, Niantic, the developers of Pokemon Go, have said that they are developing a new augmented reality game, and this one will definitely be a success.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Harry Potter AR game. So you can see I'm wearing a Gryffindor t-shirt. It's not planned, it's just I like this t-shirt. And yeah, it's Harry Potter. People will eat it up the same way they have eaten up Pokemon.
Yes, I can already see people going around doing whatever the game wants them to do.
The only thing I really hope that they will sell, I actually okay with them selling something, a little wand accessory.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying, like a little wand, or like a wand case that you put your phone into.
A case is too big, you know. Just
but
have a Bluetooth wand.
Yeah, or that. There you go.
And if they don't do that, why aren't you making money making something so obvious? Somebody else will do it. If you don't make it. So, and I'm calling right now, they will make that, and the game will be a huge success. For a while, the same way Pokemon Go was.
Yeah.
There are still people playing Pokemon Go, and I don't understand why, and I never see one around, but there still are. Okay, and we got one last piece of news for today. The Last of Us trailer controversy.
Ooh.
So I talked about this yesterday on the gaming news. So I will let you go first, and then I will add my opinion.
Honestly, I don't give a crap.
What do you think? Like, I understand the points the people are making. Well, I understand one of the 2 points people are making. Where they're saying the trailer is too grim and it doesn't show also the part of the game where it's about relationships. I can understand that. On the other hand, talk.
But it's just a trailer, you know. It doesn't reflect the entire game, you know.
Yeah, that's one thing. And even if it did perfectly reflect the game, who the fuck cares? If it's a good game, it's a good game.
Yes, I would agree.
Maybe the tone is different. Maybe they want to make it a bit darker. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they would make it darker, because the first game was already dark.
Yeah, that's another thing. The first game was cruel and gruesome also.
Yeah. So, can't wait to see what they do here.
Yeah, I'm just like, if you're gaming critics and you're judging a game because of a tone it has, then you're not doing your job right.
Yeah, really.
It might be different if it was a recreation of the first game. You know, if it was like 10 years older and like, we're making the first game in better graphics and we're also removing all these parts.
Yeah.
Then okay, you're removing parts of the game that people loved. That's a great argument. But this is a new game. This is a completely stand-alone game. Treat it as such.
Yeah.
And I guess we should also address the second argument. Let's do it only a little bit, because it's a dumb argument and we don't want to get into politics.
Yeah.
So, I will quote Julia Alexander from Polygon. The fact that they're... yeah. The fact that their antagonist is a woman herself does little to undercut what this trailer is on in its most blunt level. an extended sequence of brutal and unexplained violence against women being used to thrill the viewer and ultimately sell a video game.
You know what? First off, I want to say this. Why didn't they make this argument back in 2013 when the first one came out? Because one of the antagonists of the first game was a woman.
For a simple reason. This wasn't... no, you know what? Let's not go into there because we'll get into politics. But let's look at this very objectively. The trailer depicts 3 guys and 3 women. Yes, all of the 3 women get hurt in some way. One of them dies.
Yes.
One of them gets her hand broken, and one of them is being suffocated. And the 3 men, one of them is hiding in the shadows shooting arrows. So yeah, he comes out unscathed. That's... The 2 of the guys die.
Yep.
It's equal violence. There's violence against everybody in the trailer.
Yes. Yes.
If you say you want equality, this is equality. Everybody gets hurt. Some people die.
Yes. Yes.
So
you're born to die, live with it.
Yeah, and I think that's where we just should end this
yes.
part. Because otherwise we will go into stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Just one thing, if you're reading Polygon for some reason other than because you have to because you're a gaming journalist, don't.
Yeah.
And with that, that's pretty much it for the news this week. Unless you got something else you want to talk about.
Nope. Do not.
Okay, then I guess it's time to switch to recommendations. Or more specifically, games to have your eye on.
Yeah.
So I will let you start. What recommendations do you have?
First of all, I'd like to recommend the sequel to Lego Marvel Superheroes. Mm-hmm. The first one was great, so hopefully the second one will be even better. Okay. Comes out Tuesday for $60 on PS4, Xbox One, and Switch.
Oh, let me check if it's coming to PC as well.
Yeah, check.
Let me copy the name. Lego Marvel. Yeah, it's coming out for PC as well for $30.
How much?
30.
30?
Yeah.
Dang.
On the 14th.
That's a lot cheaper. That's half of what the console version is.
That's the benefit of using PCs.
Yeah,
that is. You pay more initially. You know, you buy a $500 console if you buy it on launch. I buy a $2,000 PC. But no, more realistically, I bought, in your money, I bought actually a $1,000 PC because I included tax and I include all the peripherals, including 2 monitors in those 2,000. So if I just went for the PC itself without tax, it would be around $1,000.
Wow.
But I don't have to pay for online multiplayer.
Yep, that's true.
My games are cheaper.
Yep, for the most part.
And also, even though I don't condone this, pirating is much easier.
Yeah.
And also, I can use my computer for other shit.
Yep.
Okay, I got only one game to actually recommend this week because I have played the game and I'm going to bet many of our viewers have played the game as well. It's actually a game that has a very interesting release date. 1st January 1991. So it's a 60-year-old game called Prehistoric. It has been redone for modern system. It's coming to Steam on the 17th of November. Sadly, there isn't a price tag yet. I'm going to bet it's either $5 or $10. And while if it was a new game, like a completely new game, and it was to be priced like that, I would probably say it's a bit too expensive and wait for a sale.
Yeah.
This game is cashing on nostalgia.
Yeah, it is. big time.
So that's why I'm going to say it's going to be $5 or $10.
Maybe even more, because if it's cashing on nostalgia.
I don't think they will go more, because if they do, they're dumb.
Yeah, true.
But there will still be people who buy it, though.
Yeah.
On the other hand, you can actually get it for free pretty often, because you can just download the DOS version and get DOSBox and play it like that.
Yeah.
But if you want to be sure it works well, it runs perfectly on your system, then you will be able to buy it right now on Steam as well. Yeah, okay. Do you have anything else to recommend?
Yeah, also, if you have a Switch, I'd recommend you get Rocket League for the system. It comes out on Tuesday.
I will vote for that as well. Rocket League is great.
Yep.
I still think it's the best game of 2016.
Actually came out in 2015.
Oh, I thought it was like on the end then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It actually came out in July of 2015.
Oh, okay. But maybe that was for PS. For PC was later, I think.
If I remember correctly, I think they both released around the same time. I have to go back and look on that.
Yeah, but either way, it's a great game. It's a fun game.
Yeah.
Just get it. You can't make a mistake. Even if you just want to do silly shit, it's a great game for that.
Yeah, it is.
And do you have anything else?
And also, well, if you're on the fence about it, hey, I'm just putting out there. The Star Wars Battlefront 2 comes out this Friday, so.
Yeah, I was like, should I recommend? I know it will be a decent game at least.
Yeah.
But I can't. I really can't. I'm sorry.
But from what I heard, I think they reworked the loot boxes. So.
Yeah, still, I can't support, because if I do, it just means these systems will get incorporated more and more in games.
Yeah.
We really need to show the publishers and developers we don't agree with this.
Well then, for people that think like that, go and buy the games that don't have these features.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can think of a lot of games that came out this year that do not have DLC and do not have microtransactions. But they don't get enough support like they should.
Yeah, that's great advice. Go find something that's good, doesn't have this shit, and buy that.
Yes.
Feed the developer for a day.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, if I'm not mistaken, that's pretty much it for today, right?
Yep.
Okay, let the shilling commence.
Yeah. You can find me as Tygergamer on YouTube and at Tygergamer on Steam.
Yeah, and you can find me as Kralizec Gaming on YouTube and as Kralizec on Steam. And with that being said, that's pretty much it for today. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe to this channel, and see you guys later with more.
All right, y'all have a good one.